We're live.
So just commencing our meeting, noting the time is 10:48. Welcome to the Economic and Industry Development Committee, the first for our council, and I can see that all members are in attendance. Councillor Madsen, Mayor Harding, Councillor Kunzelman.
Through the chair, Councillor Fechner. I don't. His name thing isn't up there, but
He's not listed in our committee
membership. He's listed as someone who's a member of this committee.
very passionate about this topic.
He's on the agenda. I've got him listed here. Vicky? Yeah, Councillor.
He's a member of this
He's not on my
one.
list.
He's obviously
He's just
Sorry.
not on my list, sorry. So
I've
do
got
we
that.
just wait?
No, we go. If he's not here, we go without him. We have a quorum.
Yes, we're for it. Sorry.
Just to continue now, so just wanted to ask if there was any declarations of interest in any of the agenda items. So moving on to item 1 then, the City of Ipswich Defence Industry Development and Attraction Committee update. Can I please call down the staff member in relation to this item? Thank you, Mr. Pole.
Thank you, Chair, Mayor, Councillors. Ben Pole, General Manager, Community, Cultural and Economic Development. This is a report concerning the position of Chair of the City of Ipswich Defence Industry Development and Attraction Committee. It recommends Council endorse the City of Ipswich Mayor as Chair, replacing the Ipswich City Council Chief Executive Officer. So in July 2020, the current Chair and Ipswich City Council CEO sought the responses of all CityDAC members to the recommendations that CityDAC instill Mayor Teresa Harding as Chair, and that the terms of reference be amended to recognise the Mayor of the City of Ipswich, the position, as Chair of the committee. Also sought responses on the CEO of Ipswich City Council being installed as the Deputy Chair. A majority positive response was received from all CityDAC members. Happy to discuss further.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Pole?
No.
Question time. Thank you. So I will have this item moved by Councillor Madsen and seconded by Councillor Kunzelman. Thank you. Now open for discussion.
Mayor, Chair.
Mayor Hardy.
I just want to thank, I guess, the people that established this particular, the City Act 2 years ago. And it was established to attract primes, all those large defence contractors out here, and it's great to see Rheinmetall come out here in the last couple of years as well with Land 400. And I guess in moving forward, I have pushed to take on the chair of this. I think we need to continue that push for the primes. I also like to explore another 2 areas that we could look at, and that is for those large defence organisations to, I guess, promote purchasing locally, so that they will to include more local Ipswich businesses in their supply chain. Mm-hmm. And the second area I'd also like to focus on is that Defence spends a lot of money on what they call defence estate. So it's not necessarily guns and planes and ships and tanks, but it's things on the defence estate when it comes to maintenance and building and a lot of those civilian things that Ipswich has in abundance here. So I'd love to, I guess, to lead that and continue the good work that this committee has done in the past.
Yes, I do note that there's been a lot of good work in the past since its establishment in 2017. Was there any other discussions on this item? So I move it to a vote now. All in favour? And I see that's unanimous. Okay. So moving on to item number 2, Queensland Small Business Friendly Council. I am very proud to say that the Ipswich City Council has partnered with the State Government's Employment, Small Business and Training Department to help implement a pilot program. We are the first council to be included in this program, which has a possibility to roll out to other Queensland councils in 2021. This program will support small businesses in our community by reducing the regulatory burdens upon them, so the red tapes. It will obviously, by doing so, create further opportunities and make it easier for our community to do business in our beautiful city. So in 2019, the approximate number of registered businesses was 9,900, and approximately half of those businesses fall into that small business category. So it speaks volumes that this is a significant initiative. And I just wanted to also announce that the Small Business Commissioner, the State Small Business Commissioner, gave me word recently that her office will be taking this initiative on board moving forward. So we'll be working closely with Marie Ashid, and I have worked with her before. She's done tremendous things, liaisoning with small businesses, helping them adapt during COVID with their leases and other obligations. So I'm really looking forward to her office taking this role on board and us contributing to that moving forward. It's exciting, and it's something that our city, our small business leaders have welcomed. So, sorry, I just went off on a little bit of a tangent then. So, can I get that moved and seconded and open for discussion?
Sorry, who seconded?
Councillor.
Councillor Beckner. Moved was Mayor Harding. Thank you. Sorry. And open for discussion. Any discussion? Anyone have any questions of the council officer?
Yeah, I guess through the chair, I do have a question. I was wondering, and it's probably a very menial question, but why they came to choose Ipswich to start this pilot program. I'm also very excited, and I love that Marie has already made contact with you, which makes that very exciting. But are we aware why Ipswich was the chosen?
Could I get Mr.
LGA?
Bearden down to Mr. Pole?
Hello, Chair. Ralph Breeden, Economic and Local Business Coordinator. Yeah, we were fortunate enough to be selected through various different contacts within the state government, and we were willing to participate in that. So we're very glad and fortunate to be in that position. We'll be piloting the program throughout Queensland for them.
Wonderful.
Through the chair, and I know it's early days at this point, but what do you see the biggest structural changes happening to remove some of that red tape?
We're already doing a lot of the work that's going to be required as part of this. There's a program called Pro Mapping, which is being undertaken by Council right now, where we're learning each and every interaction with small businesses that take place across the whole network, basically. So once we're able to map those particular interactions, then we'll be able to take a stock take of where it was and where we'd like to be to make sure we are generating and doing things efficiently as possible.
I just have a question
Please.
in relation to the percentage of what we were already succeeding with being a small business friendly council already.
Yeah.
Mr. Bearden, was that 60%?
60%, at least 60% at the moment. We've taken some massive strides in the last couple of months. Procurement being one of those. We already deliver with our partners, Chambers of Commerce, various different education programs and the like as well. And there's a whole range of other things that we're undertaking as well. So we're confident that we can equal, if not better, a lot of the standards that are required in this particular document.
Wonderful. Thank you for all your work so far.
Thank you.
And in the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
So were there any further questions or discussion items?
Just a discussion point through the chair from Councillor Fechner. With the Small Business Commissioner, Maria Chet, I've known her for over 6 years when she was the founding CEO of the Open Data Institute here in Australia, and when I was heading up Open Data in the Queensland Government. So as soon as I became Mayor, I invited her to come out to Ipswich to help us with, especially with COVID, and the remit that the Queensland Small Business Commissioner has in supporting businesses, especially with their leases and a lot of the regulatory side. So it'd be interesting to see if that role expands post-COVID to continue to help small business. But yeah, but I'll have to hand over to Councillor Johnnick for nurturing that relationship and moving things for Ipswich to become the first council to be a small business friendly council.
We, myself and Councillor Fechner she did mention it when she come to brief us in relation to the commissioner role, and we did bail her up outside the water cooler to pick her brains and knowledge in relation to that. So yeah, it's definitely a welcome initiative.
Thank you.
So no further discussion? So I move to the vote. All in favour? And it's unanimous. And we will move to item number 3. So our Chamber of Commerce 2020 to 2021 partnership agreements. And now, can I ask the staff member down to the lectern in relation to this item?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, we're very privileged to see that the Chambers of Commerce Partnership Agreement is back on the cards for 2020-2021 financial year. Personally, we're also very pleased to see that, as myself and also one of my other colleagues, Kat Matson, are also ex-Chambers of Commerce members, and also myself as being an ex-Chamber of Commerce President for Greater Springfield. So it's becoming at a very critical time for small businesses. We're well and truly aware across the region that we have adequate support mechanisms, and the Chambers of Commerce is a perfect vehicle to deliver a lot of the small business programs that's going to be required for the next 12 months or so. So we're very pleased to see this is taking place again. To give you an example of one of the key partnerships that will take place is the Small Business Expo, which will hopefully take place, depending on COVID issues, in early 2021. So we're going to run a bit of an expo for small business, encouraging small businesses to trade amongst each other and showcase what our small business region can actually do. So again, as an ex-small business owner in the region, it's very pleasing to see.
Wonderful. Any questions for Mr. Gruden? So I will ask that this item be moved. Thank you, Councillor Madsen, and seconded. Thank you, Councillor Fechner. Open for discussion. Councillor Fechner?
Through the chair, I guess this is a pretty exciting partnership for the Ipswich City Council to reignite, and I welcome working with both chambers, but I also look forward to their input, their valued input. Council doesn't just sign these agreements without knowing what they're getting into, and it's not that we're pledging fierce allegiance to these organisations, but we need to rely on them for their feedback in the community as well. They represent huge parts of the business community in our city, so I think that we need to be open to their criticisms and what they have to say about the business community, and help us shape the way we look at economic development as an organisation as well. So I think that although this is a partnership agreement, I welcome some of the tussles that we'll have, because I know that it's always going to be in the spirit of getting good economic outcomes for our region.
Well said, Councillor Fechner. Any further discussion? Mayor Harding?
Through the chair, I just I'd like to point out that the Ipswich Chamber of Commerce, when I used to be a board member a few years ago, and I've been a member for many years, it's the second oldest Chamber of Commerce in Australia, 115 years I think it is. The only one older than Ipswich is Geelong. So I think this council is very proud to continue to partner with Ipswich. At the other end of the spectrum, we have the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce, which, again, the very different businesses, a lot of newer businesses. So it's, we're really proud as a council to continue to support the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce as well.
Just to add that I'm proud to be able to collaborate with both chambers moving forward and look forward to our future together. Councillor
I'd just
Thompson?
like to declare that I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce as well
Right,
and fully support this
wonderful,
action.
thank you. So no further discussion, I'll move it to the vote. All in favour? And it is unanimous. Now that was the last item on the agenda, I call the meeting to a close. Thank you for everyone's attendance. The time is 11:04.